Joining me now here in the studio is Karl Widerquist. He's an associate professor of political philosophy at Georgetown University here in Doha and author of the book Prehistoric Myths in Modern Political Philosophy. Thank you so much for coming in again today. 24 hours ago, you sat here, Karl, and told me that you were pretty confident of a Clinton victory, and here we are 24 hours later, and it didn't happen. What went wrong?
Well, to describe it is much easier than to explain it. The polls and the betting markets were all showing not only Clinton was already ahead, there'd been movement towards Trump earlier, but that movement was reversing in the polls and all the polls across the board. Many different outlets and state polls, national polls, was moving in Clinton's direction, as were the betting markets. One of the betting markets went from, I think, 27% Trump to something like 15% Trump in the last few days. He was going down. And so not only did all the polls and the betting markets
Did they actually miss it, or did people lie about their intentions? Well, it seems that there was a shy Trump vote. I mean, people might have said maybe that they would vote for Trump, but in the end didn't. What does this say about America?
Well, when I say miss, I say that they didn't pick up whatever it was that was happening. Now, both polling and predicting whether you're using a betting market it's a really difficult thing to do, and they don't offer 100% probabilities. They offer some percentage chance, and every time you're offering the percentage chance, the long shot can come up. But it also systematically, 5 states, I mean, they got, 45 states right, and 5 or 6 states they got wrong.
Right.
All in the same direction.
He won working class and also young white college-educated voters, more so than Reagan did. What does this say about America, again?
Well, to me, it says something extremely frightening, that America is very comfortable with bigotry. Is that maybe people aren't bigoted themselves, but they have no problem with Trump's bigoted language, that he started out his political career with racist motivated lies about President Obama's birthplace,
right,
and then accusing Mexican immigrants of being rapists.
But was
one thing after another?
Right. Was this a case of them not necessarily agreeing with what he said, or a rebellion vote? Because the millions who voted for Obama in places like Pennsylvania, North Carolina, voted the complete opposite this time around. So was this also a rebellion vote?
Well, yes, it was many other things, but you can't put your rebellion vote on the man with a bigoted rhetoric unless you're willing to accept that. I think a very bigoted leader that wants to shut all Muslims out of the United States is not such a bad guy.
This is an election, undoubtedly, that has divided the U.S. The campaign was a hard one, tough one. Insults were traded. Today, you have half a country that's disappointed or even scared, as we heard. How does the nation revive from this?
I think it's going to be very difficult in the next 2 years, because the Republicans control both houses of Congress and the presidency, and the party is dominated by people who want no compromise. You want to heal, you compromise, but they don't need to compromise, and a lot of their constituents won't accept compromise. This is their chance to do what they want. They're going to do what they want, and when they do what they want, they are going to further alienate people from the Democratic Party and the Green Party and the Libertarian Party.
But Trump has brought disruption to the system. There's no denying that. I mean, even his relationship with the Republicans has been dicey. I wonder then, is there an opportunity here for a third party perhaps to rise from all of this? Until now it's been Republicans and Democrats. Is there a window of opportunity here for the Libertarians, for the Green Party to come up?
I doubt it. In the American system, first past the post, plurality voting, it shuts out additional parties. It makes the lesser of two evils the really rational thing to vote for. To get a third party viable, you need to have reform in the election system, to have either runoff elections or something like ranked choice voting, which I believe they just passed in Maine. I'm so busy with the presidential election I didn't follow on that. But they're at least looking into that in Maine. You need to get some sort of reform like that to really make a third party viable.
What do you expect his leadership style to be, Karl? We, of course, saw a very tough-talking candidate during the campaign. Is he going to tone it down, you think, now that he's been elected? And also, what sort of people is he going to surround himself with? What sort of a leader is he going to be?
He will be an erratic leader. He ran an erratic campaign, saying one thing and then saying the opposite, and I expect him to keep doing that.
But that was the campaign. Now that he's there, maybe he'll change.
I do not expect any change. It does not seem to be in his personality to change. That is his personality. That's long before he started running for office. He likes to say what he feels, and if what he feels is not the same as what he was saying yesterday, it just comes right out his mouth. So I expect a lot of erraticism from him, but that he will appoint very conservative and some, if you want to call it alt-conservative people to his cabinet. So it will be an erratic leader with an extremely conservative cabinet.
But qualified people nonetheless.
We'll see what their qualifications are. I mean, he will probably draw from some of the known Republican leaders, right, but also could be drawing on things like Breitbart News.
It'll be interesting to see what a Trump cabinet looks like. Thank you so much, Karl, for speaking to us. Karl Widerquist of Georgetown University here in the studio with us. And